Recently, I went to Australia and I'm gonna talk about it because why not? The first thing that happened was when we got to our hotel in Sydney, I opened up my luggage that I had checked into the airport and I realized that airport security had looked through my luggage to see if I was carrying illegal stuff or whatever. When they shut it though, they crushed my YouTube microphone cover.
Microphone.
Oh,
wait, I think I get it.
God. And then we took a boat ride away from Sydney so you can see beautiful buildings and all that. And then you see me, not so beautiful, but let's not talk about it. This is the Sydney Opera House, past that as well. And oh, look, the skyline. Wow, it's so beautiful. I actually loved it a lot, I'm gonna be honest with you. Here's a fat photo of me for no reason. I don't really know why. This is my brother just standing on a rock. He didn't jump. Don't worry, he's okay. He's accounted for. No one passed away on this trip. We then went back to Sydney and we got these crepes and they set it on fire. I don't know how much it cost, like 20 bucks or something. It wasn't cheap. Let's just look at my face there. Look at my face. It's so beautiful. Yeah, burned my crepe. Nice. And then I took a over the head shot of the crepes. If you think it looks stupid, you are not incorrect. We had a burger. Now, coming from America, I will say that our burgers are a little different in taste. If you ask me about my preference, I do not want to upset any Australians, so I'm just going to say I don't know. I also took a photo when I was trying to survive in Sydney because there was an event going on and it was so crowded. I think like 5 baby strollers like went over my foot. I'm not even kidding. So that was Sydney. We then moved on to Ayers Rock. If you don't know where that is, imagine some really big rocks. One thing I will say that this place has an issue with is a lot of flies. Look at my father's hat over here. They're doing unspeakable things on his hat and I don't like that at all. And we were really annoyed. They have a tendency to just want to sit on your face and touch every part of your body that you don't want to be touched. So we gave up after a day or two. We decided to get a fly net that blocked out these flies. Look at all these flies. They're trying to go inside my hoodie. They tried, they failed. And then I took this photo. I thought it looked kind of hard, but honestly, in hindsight, a little stupid. Can we just ignore that? This photo, though, I think is kind of hard. You can roast me if you want. I do not care. I like this. I like the rock in the background. I then saw a Australian pigeon known as a crested pigeon. Look at the crest on this boy. Look at the little pointy tip on its head. I just wanted to stroke it. Okay. Hang on. We then went to this ranch that had camels. You see these camels here? And these like native birds that just fly around in Australia and they're so cute. I'm a sucker for birds. Don't worry, I didn't capture them and take them back home. Look at these little boys over here. They're so cute. They're like preening each other. They show more love to each other than most relationships I've seen. And then, what the hell is this clip? Oh, chickens. There's a chicken and they're like whining and stuff. It's cool though. We like chickens. I eat chicken. I'm not a vegetarian, I'm sorry, but you know, they're cute and all. This bird got like a little close to me and I was like, you know what? This is so beautiful. Such a beautiful moment. And then I took one step in and it just flies away. Made me very sad. I cried that night, don't worry. I don't know what happened, but maybe it was like a bird gang warfare, whatever was going on. But all of them started flying around. I did not get shat on. And look at these close-up of these camels eating. This was supposed to be a beautiful field with lights, but I flipped the camera the wrong way, so all you get is my face. And then this is my brother and me. We took photos of each other underneath our bathroom stalls. After this, we flew away from Ayers Rock. We went to Melbourne and around that area, and look, a rainbow. What is this? I took a video of a rainforest. And then rocks. Check out these rocks. These rocks are sick. And then a full rainbow. Can you believe that? A full rainbow. When was the last time you saw a rainbow? I don't go outside, so it's been a whole lifetime. I will say the winds were crazy strong here, so this is the best photo that we could take at this location. And then my brother got wet, and then his shoes got wet. So then the only way to dry them out really nice was to put a hairdryer in them. I'm surprised we didn't start a fire or anything like that. I saw an Australian geese. They're huge. The camera might not show its size, but they're pretty big. A lot of protein packed in them for sure. And then I saw penguins, and these aren't your normal like emperor penguins. And these two were a little shy. Of course they'd be. Why would they ever want to see me or interact with me, to be fair, right? And look at this sunset. Look at that. We actually waited here. This was a place called Penguin something. I forgot entirely what it was called, and I do not have the energy to look it up. But we had forgotten to buy tickets for the specific spot that had a bunch of penguins that were supposed to run up on the beach. So we chose this bottom tier location. It's still very pretty, right? But we really hoped that we'd see at least a couple of penguins come through. In the end, nothing did. Only this big Australian geese And this wallaby, which is a, correct me if I'm wrong or don't, it's basically a miniature kangaroo. It just popped out of nowhere. This is in the middle of the night, so the footage is literally in the lowest quality I've ever recorded in my life. It started hopping and I got super, super hype. That was the most hype thing that happened, because no penguins actually did show up.
Yeah. I want 3 hops for a 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
This is me and my brother climbing a sketchy rock. And then we went to this place with seals. The baby seal was constantly moaning. I don't know what that was about. And then I found this thick boy underneath the steps. I think it's alive. I do not know. It never moved for the 45 minutes I was in that location. And again, the winds were crazy, so this was blowing my hair away from my head, basically. It was a tough spot to be in. But enjoy my beautiful, luscious smile. Also in Australia, we went to grocery stores, and this Haribo Snakes gummy thing had a star gummy inside. That's a packaging failure. Australia, get your food packaging game up. My brother was the one that actually ate the star. He said it tasted, quote, like a piece of trash. So that was great that I didn't have to consume that. There was also, for all my Americans out there, we call these Rice Krispies, right? But they call it Rice Bubbles, and their mascots are one of the scariest things I've ever seen in my life. There's also an orange juice brand called Nudie. Nothing but 21 oranges, double pulp, and their mascot is holding it on a plate. Very sexualized orange juice. I don't know how I feel about that. And of course, Australia wouldn't be complete without trying to spot koalas in the wild. We found one. We literally spent days and days and days, and we found one, and it didn't even want to move. We also think this one was alive, but there is no confirmation either. And then this little bird thing that we saw, it spazzes its neck out randomly, and it really thrilled me. I don't know why I get thrilled by stuff like this, but that did happen as well. And then we saw kangaroos. Okay, on an island called Kangaroo Island. If you heard of it, then you're cultured. If not, then get help. These kangaroos looked absolutely massive, and if they wanted to beat me up, they definitely could have. This one wants to start a fight. It was just looking at me directly in my eyes, and I got intimidated, so I left. This little kangaroo was hopping around the road. We didn't run him over, don't worry. We are very careful drivers, so all is good. And because we weren't satisfied with our amount of wildlife that we saw, we decided to take the cheap way out, and we went to a wildlife conservatory, and we saw everything that we needed to see. For example, koalas. This is a quokka, or what I like to call a high-proteined rat. Look how thick this boy is. I mean, he's eating good. The amount of food in that tray probably weighs 2 times more than the quokka, which is saying a lot. And then we saw these pelicans, and I'm gonna be completely honest, one of these pelicans, they wanted me, like really wanted. And let me explain what I mean, all right? So this one's just strolling in, it's walking, it's not even headed in my direction, and then it looks at me, it sees my beautiful face, and then it opens its mouth so wide and flips the inside of its mouth out. I got so scared, I started yelling and crying. Like this was traumatic. But I believe that might be a sign of love towards me. Obviously, by my screams, the pelican felt rejected and moved on. If this wasn't a mating thing or a sign of attraction towards me, don't spoil my moment. This was the happiest moment of my life, as well as the scariest. And then we actually got to feed kangaroos at this wildlife conservatory because they're all domesticated and they're friendly. This is not a kangaroo, I lied, this is a wallaby. Again, miniature kangaroos. And they look like the same size as me in this video. Amazing. This big boy is licking his lips, and then, oh look, a chicken. A lot of chickens. They coexist. They're friends. These guys got actually very sharp paws. You'd be very, very surprised. It hurts. It hurts. He kept on touching my clothing and my skin. My brother actually started bleeding in his hand because there was like 6 of them that ganged up on him. That sounds weird. This one's standing up. I feel like it's gonna tip over. It's so adorable though. You know, you just want to give it a hug. I didn't do that again because I respect animals like that. This quokka is eating a leaf. What the hell are these birds called? Oh, and then the birds. I love birds. This is a type of kookaburra. It didn't like me, so it looked away immediately once I started recording it. That shattered my heart as well, I'm not gonna lie. And then this other kookaburra, this is the laughing kookaburra. It didn't laugh for me because it doesn't love me. But if you didn't know, this is the type of bird. Their sound that they make is very similar to laughter, and it's very cool to me. Okay, maybe it's not cool to you. Anyways, we ran into a little bit of confusion because there was some noises that started erupting, and I realized there was a bird underneath the kookaburra, and it was like moaning to this other bird in the other cage, and they start moaning louder and louder and louder, and my ears haven't worked the same since.
Is that not you? Who's making that? Who is making that sound? Who is... Oh, shit.
This is another video of me feeding a kangaroo. I meant wallaby. They eat so slowly. Look at all the food I'm trying to give it, right? It takes one at a time. I kid you not. It licks up one at a time. I sat there for 10 minutes straight, and it finished less than half.
No, why? Why? What did I do? It's still food, man.
There was this really pretty light show that I've been showing throughout this video at Sydney Harbor, and look, a whale going into a whale going into a puddle and making a ripple effect. These were done with drones. It was a very, very entertaining show, and of course everybody that was watching was oohing and aahing and making these really sensual moans, but it was a really nice show to look at. However, it was sponsored by The Flash, and then they started showing like Flash logos and stuff, which is cool and all, but I was like, damn, what a sellout, you know? Like, come on. And to cap off our Australia trip, there was a beach. Boom, we get stuck. Not just once, twice. And we had to push the car, and that was a very, very difficult process. And my brother and I got so tired from pushing that on our last attempt, we told our dad, drive far away off the beach. If you can see in this footage, the exit to the beach is like all the way across the other side of the island. Like, it's so far away. But we told him, you just drive, do not stop, because we do not have the energy to push the car one more time. So he did as follows, and he left us. He abandoned his children, and we walked the remaining distance of the beach.
Go, don't stop! Get in.
And that was my Australia trip. Overall, I rate this country a amazing 10 out of 10. Continent. Holy did I say country? Continent. My bad. And thank you for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a slightly different, not slightly, I play games in my videos, but I want to branch out my channel, and I felt like I love traveling and stuff and like filming things. As always, I'm hoping I can get 3 likes on this video. That would mean everything to me. And if you're not subscribed and want to see more content like this is, you know, this video is really important to me. And if you guys do actually enjoy it, I might pursue actually showing more parts of my life and what I do. YouTube, Instagram @theofficialaxis, and have a good one. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys a lot. Bye-bye.